Hi, it's Todd at Todd's Workshop and
Matt Easton, Scholar Gladiatoria.
back for another edition of Weird Medieval Weapons. The last one may or may not have been medieval. This one is actually not. Sorry. Matt, are you ready for it?
Yeah, I've got literally no idea at all what's underneath there. Oh!
Swordbreaker.
Look at that. So that is a lovely thing, but there are so many questions about these, aren't there?
There really are. So we'll give you a close-up here because look at the blade on that, right? If you could design a blade that was more likely to break in combat, I don't know what it would be.
It's made of stress risers, isn't it?
It is, with a bit of steel in between. So basically what Matt's saying here is all these little dips and cuts into the steel here, they concentrate the stress. So when you take a blow on this sword, literally the stress just runs along, goes, oh, that looks like a weak spot, I'm going to exploit it, blade breaks. And in fact, you see a lot of these in the museums. Well, there are some in museums, not that many, but enough that they're obviously not a freak show.
Yeah.
They were around, but they are almost always broken. And sometimes the blade, but mainly it's just one or two teeth missing. So we'll talk about the steel, but essentially, because of that, I actually temper it on the softer side, because otherwise these are just going to break off. But hard enough that it still binds the blade.
So I mean, I'm familiar with the one in the Wallace collection because I've been going there since I was a teenager, and I think for a long time I didn't realise there were others around.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was a bit of a kind of, someone having a bit of fun. It was a one-off, but like you say, there are other examples around, and they do vary a bit, don't they? They're not all the same.
They do. I mean, quite often these little teeth here are actually articulating. So the teeth move out of the way when the blade comes in, and then if you try to withdraw it, they catch it again.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
the
often
theory
the case.
of a barb, really, isn't it? It's a barb, so it's letting something in that then can't get out, so it's trapping.
Nothing like a demonstration, Matt. Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Not the right sword, but an Albion Lictor now. So basically, if it goes in there, now if Matt pulls his wrist to one side and try and... Whoop,
There we go.
so if we go in there, and now Matt can control my blade. Well, actually, interestingly, because you haven't used one before.
No, I
So,
haven't.
how about this? I'm going to teach the teacher. So, it goes in, and actually what you don't do is you don't twist around like that. All you do is pull.
Ah.
That's all you do.
Interesting, yeah.
So, again, bam.
Yeah. So
That's
I've never even held one of these before. I've only seen them in books. But they do seem so fragile. And when I was, when I put the blade in the teeth, I felt very reluctant to start yanking and twisting with this because I was worried it was going to snap.
Well, it's the same deal, Matt. I'm going to give it to you. If it breaks, it breaks. But you will find that there'll be a little bit of burring on the teeth here because, as I said, I temper them soft because of that.
Okay.
So it's not soft ductile, but it's a spring temper.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I can't see them surviving.
There's a question of which way round to hold it as well. So I guess for those of you who maybe don't know, this is primarily, we think, used with a rapier in the right hand.
Yeah.
So this is a left-hand dagger. And these side rings that you've got on here are usually to protect the back of the hand if it was a sword. But with left-hand daggers, that's not always the case. And for example, there are certain types of sail-guarded left-hand daggers where the thumb actually goes on that side and up against the blade, and you actually have a sail guard over on the front here. So the side ring can sometimes be what we'd call on the inside or the outside, but we don't know what the inside and the outside and the front and the back of this is.
I have made the assumption that this has to be used blade upwards. And it's not a unique thing. I mean, I know Bowie knives sometimes they did that. I don't know if that was a fashion for a little while or it ran for a long time. But Bowie knives sometimes they have the handle hilted with the blade upwards. It's really weird to see. So I don't know. So the thing is, I'm going to give it to you. You take it away. You play with it. Usual story. We'll come and find you and watch some guys sparring with it.
Yeah, I mean it's a fantastic thing, and so many. I'll have to consult some rapier experts because I'm not a rapier expert by any means.
That's it, because I did a video on them a few years ago with myself and a friend, but neither of us are swordsmen. Yeah. So I can see how it works and I can see how it operates, but I really want to see it in the hands of somebody who can fight.
Yeah.
You know, and fight with the right kind of weapons for that.
And I've got, there's at least a couple of people in my club who are fairly experienced with rapiers, and I'll get them in on this as well and see what they think.
Absolutely, because that is so valuable to get people sparring with it, and then we can see, and we're not just talking about it.
Fantastic.
So
Great.
anyway.
Okay.
So Matt, thank you very much again. Weird Renaissance weapons, and thank you very much. We'll catch you again soon.
See you soon. See you soon.